Hello Cancer, welcome to your March astrology, and we have a very powerful month astrologically speaking for you. You are a water sign. We have a solar eclipse in Pisces, which is your sister water sign, and the solar eclipse is very complicated. And so you can find that this month has complications, not necessarily in your outside world, even though some of you might find some changes. Outside world, I mean, changes in job, changes in relationship. I really mean on the inside world, in the emotional world, that you can go through a lot of different thinking processes, ideas. Some of this is going to be, or at least the universe wants it to be, about thinking about how you think. What is it that I believe? What is it that are there any beliefs that I've been holding that aren't in my best interest? And the major message of this powerful solar super new moon eclipse is let go of suffering. It's time to give up complaining. It's time to give up whining. It's time to give up the boohoo in life, and to be able to embrace the opportunities that are there, to move your life forward, to not let the past define you or the disappointments define you, and move forward. And then be able to embrace, through that, being able to embrace relationships that are fun, that are joyous, that are peaceful, that are loving. How great is that message? But how do we get to it, right? So first, for Cancer, for you, it's about getting to it through examining, what do I really believe anyways? Am I holding on to any negative thinking patterns? Am I holding on to anywhere because I didn't do this, I failed, or it failed, or I'll never... It's like cancel, it's over, it's time to move forward, truly. Now, there is a we have Mars going from Scorpio, water sign, into Sagittarius, and that's on the 6th. And this energy of Mars going into Sagittarius is firing things up for you to make some adjustments in life. What do I need to adjust to? And it's suggesting that these adjustments will be in your daily routine. So what is it in my daily routine that I can do different? What is it in my morning ritual, my nighttime ritual? How do I spend my off time, my on time? Just motivating yourself to do things a little bit differently in your day-to-day life. That's part of this. That's part of the message. And then by the middle of the month, so again, the eclipse is on the 8th. Venus is going to move into Pisces, the water energy, the 12th. And that can start to bring in some thoughts and some ideas about travel. Even if you don't plan to travel, immediately or next month, it could be ideas about, well, what do I want to do in the summertime? What do I want to do whenever? But there is some ideas, some thoughts about traveling. It even can represent some thoughts about learning something new. Perhaps hobby related. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to do with career related energy. It can, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's an absolute about career. It's for enjoyment because it opens up my world. Maybe it's photography. Maybe it's anything that inspires you, especially if it brings out that creative sector to you and brings that sense of, has a element of bringing inner peace and tranquility. Now, the Sun going into Aries on the 20th. So we got this shift into a fiery sign, and that, you're water. When you have a lot of fire energy around you, it can be very steamy. And so it can start to, by the end of the month, things can start to steam up, so to speak, which can be great if you're in a relationship. And some of this energy can be about developing relationships, romantic relationships. Part of this vibration with this shift of the sun into Aries, though, is taking a look at career. What am I doing with my life? Is what am I doing with my life what I want to be doing? If the answer is yes, no problem. Let's just clip on forward. If the answer is like, well, I'm not so sure, then there can be some research that you start to do about, well, what do I need to change to make it different? And what it's saying is a shift in thinking on some level will be the first thing, and a shift in the routines will be the second, and there might be something else to learn. The eclipse, the lunar eclipse on the 23rd, that energy is opening up. Do I have a good balance between what I do in my outside world and my inside world? The outside world is the world with work, friends, all the responsibilities, all the connections, not necessarily responsibilities, but all things that you want to do when you're connecting with your friends and other people. And then your private time. Do you feel that that's balanced? As a Cancer, you need that energy to be able to go home, be cozy, be safe, and rejuvenate yourself. So the full moon eclipse illuminates if it's in balance or if it's not in balance, and if it's not, what to do to bring it back into balance. Now, there are a couple of birth dates that are more sensitive to some of these energies. And if you were born June 22nd or June 23rd, then the universe is thinking very highly of you, because it's bringing you to the table for you a lot of different qualities to integrate into your life. One is the quality or the willingness to make some hard choices for change, disciplined choices for change. The other one is courage in faith. So and like I said, if you're born the 22nd or the 23rd of June, you will feel these energies a little bit stronger, which is a sense of, sometimes it can feel like I feel restricted. I want to make change, but I feel restricted. And the way out of that is the discipline and being willing to let go of the past, because sometimes it can be scary, letting go. Because if I let go, will something else come? And then courage, that willingness to make the big changes with belief. But do I believe in myself strong enough? And the other birth dates that are vibrating very strongly with energy is the birth dates of July 8th and 9th. And for those of you that were born July 8th and 9th, you can feel that that truly is a courageous energy to do something different, ready to do something different, but knowing that it can create a sense of deep transformation within yourself. And it can be spiritual transformation. Doesn't mean that you change your job. It can, but it doesn't have to. But it's an opening of self, an opening of awareness. All Cancer will feel it to a certain degree, but those of you whose birth date is more specific, the vibration is more pinpointed towards you. Thank you very much for listening. Please subscribe, and namaste.